This is our last multiple choice without a calculator on the 3.3 to 3.5 review. We are taking the derivative. It will involve, looks like here, a product rule, some chain rule with the product rule, and product rule with chain rules. So we got quite a bit going on with this. We've just got to keep everything straight. So if we look at A, notice we have a product rule that we hit first. So the derivative of that will be the first one times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So I left the blank here because we have to do the chain rule to do the derivative of the second. The derivative of e to the 6x is e to the 6x, exactly the same, times the derivative of that power, which is a 6. Put this all together, we end up with a 6x to the 4th times e to the 6x plus a 4x cubed times e to the 6x. And I think that's how I leave it. So let's look at, change pencils here, B. If we look at B, we have a sign that we hit first. So the derivative of that sign will be cosine of the inside unchanged. Then at the back, we need to multiply by the derivative of the inside. And this is a little tricky because the inside requires the product rule. So the derivative of that inside will be the first times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So in order to take the derivative of the second, which is e to the 2x, the first thing we hit is the e, which remains unchanged. Then we hit the power, whose derivative is 2. So simplify that. Actually, it doesn't look like I did. I wrote cosine of x times e to the 2x. It looks like I just switched the order up a little bit, so I had an e to the 2x plus a 2x e to the 2x. So I just wrote that one first, that one second, but same thing. Okay, last one, C. Again, we have two things that are being multiplied together, so my first rule will be the product rule. So I will have the first one times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. So derivative of the first was pretty easy. Derivative of the second is going to be a little tougher. I have an e raised to a power raised to a power. So this is the inside of my exponential function. So the first thing I hit is the e. So that will leave it unchanged. The next thing I hit is the power, which would be a 3 times whatever it was raised to the 2, then the derivative of the inside function, which is 6x. So put that all together, we end up with a 3x squared e to the 6x quantity cubed plus, looks like we get a 6 times a 36 times a 3, so we end up with a 648, and then I've got an x cubed times an x squared, that's an x to the 5th, times that e to the 6x cubed. That's it.